Hello, everybody. My name is Amanda Mendoza, and in attendance, I have my sister with me. Her name's Vanessa. The topic of choice for me was the Boston Terrier. This is close to my heart. I fell in love with the breed almost 11 years ago, and I would like to introduce you guys to the Bostons in my family. So we're going to go ahead and get started. There's nothing like coming home after a long day to a little soul full of unconditional love and grunts. How many of us are animal lovers? I myself, for one, have been an animal lover since I was a little girl and happen to own three Boston Terriers right now as we speak. There's a total of five, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce those in order from the eldest. So here we have the late Sir Chubbs, who sadly passed away September of 2020. He's the guy that started it all. He came into our lives and we fell in love with the breed, and ever since we had the breed, and they're just amazing. If it wasn't for him, like I would have never known about the Boston Terrier. When I got him, I did my research, and since then I've been hooked. So next we have my second eldest, which is Gizmo. Gizmo is 10 years old. He is a big puppy at heart. He loves to play tug of war, and his favorite snack is cheese. Next, we have the offspring of the late Chubbs. This is Miss Cookie. She dubs as a service dog and therapy dog for my sister who's in attendance. She is 6 years old. She is big sister to Junie. Junie is the apple of my eye. He is my heart. He follows me everywhere I go. He's a mama's boy. He he's just rat. He's a real brat. So I would like to introduce you to Ms. Dolce. Ms. Dolce just turned 1 year old. She is not your typical black and white. She is a red Boston. My niece owns her, and she currently lives up north in Sacramento. She is the sweetest little girl ever. She is tiny in size, probably like 17 pounds total, but she is just a hoot. Then we have my youngest, my 9 month old Zena. Zena just turned 9 months old, and she is full of spunk sass and just energy nonstop. She keeps us going crazy. So I want to talk to you guys about how the Boston Terrier came to be. So in the late 18th century, the crossbreeding of dogs will lead to the introduction of what is now considered the Boston Terrier. This here is Sir Barman Mott, who writes the history of the Boston Terriers in his book titled The Boston Terrier, Its History, Points, Breeding, Rearing, Training, and Care, together with several instructor chapters on mental management and diseases of dogs from a common sense view. And he goes on to write, the mingling of the blood of the aristocratic English Bulldog and the pugnacious Bull Terrier occurred over 30 years ago, and the result was responsible for the present day Boston Terrier. So the crossbreeding of the English Bulldog and the Bull Terrier created the Boston Terrier, the smart intellectual breed with great temperament. This right here is believed to be one of the first Boston Terriers that was ever crossbred. The Boston Terrier got its name in honor of the city, Boston, Massachusetts, which was home to the breed. Boston Terriers were originally bred as fighting dogs and vermin killers. However, they soon became very popular among the elite in the United States and quickly gained popularity due to their small size. In 1889, the American Bull Terrier Club was formed, and the name changes sometime later to the Boston Terrier Club. In 1893, the American Kennel Club recognizes the Boston Terrier as the first purebred in America and registered it as such. The Boston Terrier is an official state dog of Massachusetts since 1979. Look at that, gorgeous. Boston Terriers have very distinctive physical features and characteristics. In the book written by Edward Extell named Boston Terrier and All About It, a practical, scientific, and up-to-date guide to the breeding of the American dog, the author goes on and gives a very distinctive description about the Boston Terrier and states, there are several features and there are characteristics of the dog that tend to its universal popularity. Its attractive shape, style, and size, its winning disposition, and its beautiful color and markings. And here you see the variety of markings on the Bostons that make them stand out. Boston Terriers are very individualistic. Some are high-spirited and clownish, while some are calm, honorable, and easygoing. Some are stubborn characters, while others are sweet and gentle. All the Bostons that we've been around and ever met and owned, they've all been very sweet, gentle. The one physical characteristic that they have is they always look like they're smiling or laughing whenever they're just playing or just being still. It always looks like they have a grin or some type of smirk on them. So, according to the American Kennel Club, the original Boston Terrier is recognized as black and white, which is considered a tuxedo coat, and which is why the Boston Terrier is called the American Gentleman. So here you see the original. He's black and white, Sir Junie. Some Boston Terriers have a very distinctive marking called the Angel's Kiss or the Haggerty Spot, in which its name is derived from the Haggerty family, who were some of the first to train and breed the style of dog. The Haggerty family writes in their online dog training website, for 4 generations, the Haggerty family has been involved in the joy of training, breeding, raising, showing, and handling man's best friend. They began with great-grandfather Haggerty and his show Boston Terriers and Grandpa Huey's Irish settlers. This is the origins and lineage of how the Haggerty Spot came to be known. The Boston Terrier or Haggerty Spot lineage dates to the family's breeding and training of the show dogs. This right here is a picture of the late Chubbs when he was roughly 8 weeks old. And as you can see, his Haggerty Spot is pretty visible. His son, Junior, also has one, but he would not stay still to take photos, so I wasn't able to capture one. But if you ever do see a Boston Terrier with the spot on the head, that's what it dates back to the Haggerty family when they first started breeding these dogs. They were show dogs, so it's just a little bit of history on them. So the Boston Terrier has a reverse sneeze. Due to their snout being what seems pushed inward, they often suffer from breathing issues. It also causes them to be gassy. Otherwise, a very healthy breed with a life expectancy of 11 to 13 years, although some may live up to 15 years. Again, we have the late Chubbs who passed late September of 2020. We will always love and miss you, and you'll always be with us. So we learned in the late 18th century, the Boston Terrier is first introduced. The Boston Terrier Club of America is recognized by the American Kennel Club in 1893 as the first breeding club and the only club devoted to the breed that originated in America. Now I want to talk about some of the amazing things this breed has accomplished in history. Did you know that there is a famous Boston Terrier in history named Sergeant Stubby? Also a Boston Terrier who holds the Guinness World Record for the dog with the largest eyes named Brucci. In the article titled Sergeant Stubby, the most decorated war dog of World War I, written by Claire Fitzgerald, she goes on to write, Stubby served his unit like any other soldier. He saved his comrades from surprise mustard gas attacks thanks to the sensitive nose and located injured and lost soldiers in no man's land. He provided comfort for those injured or dying, became adept with alerting the unit of incoming artillery attacks, and credited with capturing German spies. So Sergeant Stubby becomes the first Boston Terrier in history to train with soldiers and go to war and to save lives. And then in 1921, the General of the Armies, John J. Pershing, held a ceremony to honor Sergeant Stubby, who served in the 102nd Infantry Regiment. He also honored Stubby with a gold medal from the Humane Education Society. While not an official military commendation, it dubbed Stubby the greatest war dog in U.S. history. Due to the fact that he was a war hero, they created a movie in honor of this little dog. And it's called Sergeant Stubby, an American War Hero. And it's an excellent movie. I recommend watching it. I watch it pretty much around the holidays every year with my dogs. I like this movie. It was well made. I like the animation and the story behind it is amazing, and it's actually in history. There's also another short film that was created in 2014 by Walt Disney. It's called Beast. It's not a very long film. That's why it's called a short film. But it's also very cute. It's about a little Boston Terrier named Winston. So I recommend going and seeing both Sergeant Stubby and Feast. Excellent animation movies. I wish they would make more. Honestly, like they need to make more. And also, there's another famous dog, um, Boston Terrier. His name is Richie. He holds the Guinness World Record for having the largest eyes. So in 2012, he earned that title and still currently holds that title. So did you know the Boston Terriers are known for being highly intelligent? According to the American Kennel Club, an article written by Jan Risen titled Seven Fun Facts About the Boston Terrier, the author goes on to write, with large round eyes, intelligent expression, and unique tuxedo coat, the Boston Terrier makes people fall in love with him at first sight. But to get to know a Boston Terrier, you'll find out there's more to love about the little compact guy, which is very true. Once you have been around a Boston Terrier, it's hard not to love them. Their energy, their personality are amazing. And then you see Miss Dina, she's right here trying to help me type my homework. Always, always so helpful. They learn quickly and they do well in dog sports and agility courses. Playing fetch, they're great at. They also pick up tricks pretty quick. They can be stubborn and hard to train often. The Boston Terriers get things down pretty quick, and they have this thing called the zoomies. When they get the zoomies, is defined as bursts of energy. They run around in circles. They go crazy. They're very playful, very, very playful. So Boston Terriers are World War One history and are a very intelligent breed. What makes the Boston Terrier a great breed? They they have boundless energy and fun-loving ways. Some Boston Terriers look as if they're smiling sometimes. The Boston Terrier makes a great companion. They're very lovable and playful. They are compact in size, making it ideal for city dwellers who live in small spaces. Boston Terriers are an excellent breed with amazing temperament. The fun-loving nature and compact size makes this dog the ideal pet. So Boston Terriers were first were the first purebred dog in America. And in history, with their own film, Boston Terriers tend to have high energy, known for doing the zoomies and having bad gases due to their snout characteristics. The lineage of the breed can be identified by the distinctive markings and the Haggerty spot located on the head. The Boston Terrier is a great guard dog and companion, also a very intelligent breed. So if you're looking to bring a pet home for the holidays, consider the Boston Terrier. Their amazing temperament, playfulness, and fun-loving personality is great value added to any family. Thank you.